boys and girls, and all of God's children. Welcome to the Church School Neighborhood. I'm Sister Angie Spears, the excited Church School Superintendent. What a wonderful, wonderful lesson we have for you today. As you know, the title of our summer quarter is The Testimony of Faithful Witnesses. Today's lesson is titled Simon Peter, From Weakness to Strength. And today's lesson comes from Mark chapter 8, Luke chapter 22, and John chapter 18 and 21. In today's lesson, we will see Jesus talking to one disciple in particular, and that is Peter, Simon Peter. What we want to do is go straight to our memory verse. The memory verse is John 21:17. When we get to that part of our lesson today, Jesus is asking Simon Peter, do you love me? And Simon Peter responds, Jesus, yes, I love you. And Jesus says, if you love me, feed my sheep. What does it mean to feed the sheep? It means tell others about me. Tell others about Jesus. Feed them spiritually. Well, after he asked him the first time, Jesus asked the same question again. Simon Peter, do you love me? Simon Peter says, Jesus, you know I love you. And Jesus says, if you love me, feed my sheep. Jesus asked him a third time the same question. Simon Peter, do you love me? And Simon Peter says, Jesus, you know that I love you. And Jesus repeats, if you love me, feed my sheep. It is very important to Jesus that Simon Peter realizes how important it is not just to say you love me, but to do what Jesus wants us all to do. He wants Simon Peter, and he wants us to tell others about who Jesus is. Well, our very special word for today is actually going to be that question, do you love me? Do you love me? And it is Patches and also Daisy and Buttercup. They all have an example of how they understand that question, do you love me? Patches, why don't you go first? As you know, in our country, we have just celebrated the 250th anniversary of the United States. Well, Patches, as you know, he has the two grandfathers, one in the city, one in the country. And the one in the city, a lot of the cousins come over on the weekends. And Grandpa loves to tell them stories about him growing up. Am I right? Well, this story is a story that his father told him. So this would be Patches's great-grandfather. What is the story that we shared? Well, Patches's grandfather said that his father told him that when he was in high school, World War II was just beginning. And they would ask the young men to sign up for the army, and that nobody wanted to sign up. And one day, a recruiter came to the school, and he had a big sign, and it said, if you love the country, you will sign up. And that sign was very effective. After that recruiter came with that sign, and he challenged them, almost every single senior boy at that high school signed up to volunteer to volunteer for World War II. So it's repeating like what Jesus is saying, do you love me? I need to see that you love me. Buttercup and Patches, what did you want to share? They have a similar story. It's not about a war, but as you know, their mother works with the school, right? And Belle was assigned to put together the 25th anniversary of the high school. So it's a big homecoming, etc. And Belle got a little discouraged because She was trying to get people to come and help her, and they wouldn't. They would say, oh, we love our school, we love our school, but nobody would show up, or almost no one would show up for the meetings. Well, one day Belle can be pretty shy. She did a calling post, and she said, okay, graduates of Central High, you say you love your school. I need you to show up for the planning for the 25th. If you love the school, I need you to help me to put together a wonderful 25th reunion. And what did you say, Daisy? It worked. After her calling post went out, the room was crowded at that next meeting. People came out to help. Again, if you love the school, are you going to show up to help? Jesus is saying to us, if you love me, are you telling others about me? This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful church school lesson as you will discuss it with your church school teacher. Let's go to the memory verse. And we're going to cut it down a little bit, but I want to tell you the entire verse. It's John 21:17. Jesus said to him the third time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? Peter felt hurt because he said to him the third time, do you love me? And he said to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Let's take a look at it for our memory verse. And we're just going to start at the part where it says, he said to him the third time, do you love me? And he said to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Let's look at that again. He said to him the third time, do you love me? And he said to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Do you think you can fill that in when some of the words are missing? Let's see. He said to him the third time, do you love me? He said to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Great job. Wonderful job. Again, you're going to enjoy this church school lesson so very much when you get to go over it with your church school teacher. We pray that you will join us on next week. Next week, our lesson is titled Zacchaeus the Publican, and it comes to us from Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. Until then, have a blessed week. God bless you. Bye-bye.